2579 Yankee Bridge. 2579 is the ground kilo. 77 is the ground kilo, 1 kilo 5, more short kilo.
All right, welcome, folks. Mil Spec Ops Monkey. Listen, it is going to be, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was planning on doing a live show this morning, and I have actually spent the last 10 hours rebuilding my computer because something got a hold of it, and it just completely jacked up my entire system. And so, been starting from scratch, had to build everything back in, the scenes, OBS, load all of it. In fact, all of it. And so it has taken quite some time, and don't want to have to do that again if I can help it. But nonetheless, let's move on with what we've got up on Skyglass right now, sitting at around 398 mil aircraft up on screen right now over the United States. It's 374. It's actually pretty busy, but it may be because it's a little bit later in the afternoon. California's come online. In fact, you'll see even Hawaii has come online, which you don't see that very often out here. So let's hop over here to Hawaii. Just take a quick gander. Like I said, most of the time when we're doing stuff here, we don't see the Hawaii aspect because it is 11 a.m. and it's wee hours of the morning there. But you can see we got quite a bit. C-130s up, some tankers up. Actually, several tankers up, a couple helos up, little G5 in the area. Yeah, pretty busy, actually. So that's probably what it normally looks like. And like I said, I just don't get there late enough in the afternoon to really take a look at it. So you can see here this big, giant mess of trainers. If you're looking at our board up here on the numbers, you'll notice 67 trainers that are up. That's going to really skew our number. EC-45s, you got 42 of those dudes up, which is quite a few. 19 T-38s. So, yeah, this is a very big training day, it looks like, across the United States. So that'll mess with our numbers just a little, all right? So let's do this. Let's go take a look at our watch list, see what's going on. You'll see it also is a little busier than normal. And but we'll start out here on the left side of the United States. Notice here, City of Phoenix, not University. They are doing their Stingray and Dirtbox stuff again. You got a Q9 over Southern California. And let's see, that right there is going to be DOJ. That's your FBI in San Francisco. Wonder what they're doing. That is going to be a B703. That's a Joint Star. Got a Sentry, another Sentry, another Sentry. There's a boatload of Sentries up here right now. I've got at least 4 that I'm counting. Then we get out here. You've got a couple of R135s, C135s. 3 of those it looks to be up. We've got the Doomsday Bird that is up also. That's Night Watch. And then another B703 Joint Star. And then that one is a training flight. That's a Venus flight. And that SAM flight, you may remember that one actually showed up on Monday when the FBI showed up in Lauderdale. So that is just a data point for you. That team that got dropped off in Lauderdale is still there. So keep an eye on that area because they are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Trump. Okay? All right. So we looked at the watch list. Let's take a look at the heavies. Very light in Europe, as to be expected. It's pretty late. Actually, wee hours in the morning over there right now. So a couple heavies there. Looks like we got some activity up in Poland. That is really it. I mean, not too much going on there. 2 or 3 flights. Like I said, a very light day in Europe as this is thinking again. But Yeah, and the U.S. is a little more active, as you can see. We've got stuff coast to coast. Looks like we got a lot of activity up over Seattle, Washington area. Again, these are your heavies: C-17, C-130s. A lot of stuff going on, kind of in that corner of New Mexico, down into Florida, up the East Coast, the Panhandle. So it's kind of coast to coast here today. Doesn't look to be any type of particular pattern, just very active, right? A lot of stuff over central U.S., but that's all airborne. And we already looked at Hawaii, so we don't need to look at that again. Now, let's get over here into the refueler side of the house. And you'll see very, very active, well, a little bit active there up in north of Arizona area. Definitely over Texas, a lot more busy, and over the Panhandle, very busy today. Let's see. Southern California got a little bit of air refueling going on there as well. And then, yeah, I mean, you can see lots of little tracks there, very active. And then out here in Hawaii, again, we looked at the air refuelers. Looks like you got quite a few up over Hawaii. So your F-22s, whatever else is out there, definitely getting a little bit of airtime there. So, all right, that's going to be your refuelers. And let's see, let's go down the list. While we're doing that, let's talk R135s. This is the last 2 days since the last time we got together. Again, they're looking at the same areas over and over and over. They are very worried or concerned about something in that Moldova area. Definitely all right side of the aircraft for sure on the R135 side of the house. So don't see anything over the Syria side, which I expected to see. Let's go over to the United States, see what we got going on there. And you'll see they're looking at something here in Texas. Remember, this is the aircraft that can look at and track an object the size of a soccer ball from 300 miles away. Looks like they're interested in something off the coast of California down towards Baja, right along the border. And don't see anything else out there. So let's do this. We're going to go ahead and go back to our main map here. That's the R135s. Now let's talk sub-hunters. And you're going to notice a little bit of activity there over kind of central Florida. That's not that man in the middle turn. I don't know what that is, but lots of stuff. And this is the last 2 days, folks. Look at all the sub-hunters, P3s, P8s, launching out of Jacksonville, all headed up the East Coast. Very, very active. And then, of course, we get out here. You got a little bit of activity going on out in the Seattle, Tacoma area. And then down south by San Diego, got one little route there. Looks like they're talking to something out there, looking for something. So let's see what's going on in Europe. I'm not seeing anything else in the United States at the moment. From that standpoint, looks like north of Scotland, we got something out here kind of in that North Sea area, running some routes, some high routes and low routes. So probably doing a little bit of comms there with some subs. Then you get up here into kind of the northern end of Norway, off to kind of a little bit over the tip kind of side of Sweden. Looks like they've got a little bit of activity going on up there too from a sub-hunter perspective. So, all right, onward and upward. Let's move out to the next one here. This is going to be our civilian intel birds. And you can see very busy over the D.C. area. So they're listening to somebody, snooping around up there, all the way out by the beach there in Virginia. And then up over the area, it's New Jersey kind of deal, running a little bit of routes. Remember, this is civilian stuff. So this isn't going to be, your mill intel guys. This is going to be civilian contracted mill intel guys. All right. And then, of course, that's the feeder. We get kind of back over here. You'll notice just kind of running right along that line of Belarus and Ukraine. Looks to be where they are concentrating. And then down here, again, right there over Moldova, over Bulgaria, which is interesting, Moldova, and then down towards that little port there at Istanbul. I'm telling you, that's going to come into play eventually. So, all right, let's back away from this. Let's get on with what we got to get on with. And we're going to start off over here with Flashbang. And let's see, it is Wednesday, the 30th. Let's see what the guys got putting on his pants around 9 a.m. this morning. And let's see. I don't see any built-in ice cream breaks. Tribal Nation Summits. Delivering remarks. Word salad. Always good for a good laugh. And lighting of the Christmas tree. I'm actually shocked that they didn't call it a holiday tree. But yeah, looks like they're doing a little Christmas tree lighting this evening around 5:30 p.m. Everybody's going to be gathering to light the tree. All right, let's walk away from this one while we can. All right, this one, pay attention to. Democrat run House still, okay, until January, is actually voting to push the labor deal down the railroad union's throats. I got to tell you, this is going to be her probably her last hurrah, unless they pull some shenanigans and somehow these people don't leave office. Nothing would surprise me more. But nonetheless, these guys, pay close attention to it. This is not going to make the unions happy. They're going to be pretty hot, I'll be honest with you. And if they decide to take a walk, they'll do it and tell Congress basically where they can put it. So just a data point for you. But again, pay close attention to it because this will probably end up being ugly and it'll be a standoff. I can almost guarantee it. So let's do this. So let's let me see. I'm going to bounce over here to let's go to the next one. All right. Sorry, I was trying to adjust my sound a little bit on the loudness there. All right. Check this one out. There's a $19 billion backlog of weapons bound for Taiwan. Why? Because it's all going to Ukraine, folks. We can't make it fast enough, and we can't approve it fast enough. So if anything, this is just green lighting China even further to make their move. So we'll have to keep your eye on it as always. But, the shenanigans, I got to tell you. All right, and here's another one that's kind of stupid. Behold, 40% of the B-2 bomber fleet are doing an elephant walk. Where? Missouri base. Yeah, here in the United States, up there at Whiteman Air Force Base. Not good, really, to broadcast the fact that we are 40% of our bombers are still here in the United States. So, yeah, you would think they'd be abroad, Australia, Diego Garcia, anywhere but here, right? I mean, we've got a situation where, this world could go hot at any moment, and we're sitting with our aircraft here in the United States. So, yeah. All right. This is just a data point for you here, but India sent Sinbank to start a pilot of retail digital rupee starting December 1. So it looks like they're going to be the first ones out of the gate with the digital stuff. And I'm not talking about the Bitcoin stuff. This is different, right? This is the real deal, right? So pay attention to that because that is slippery slope, and it is probably coming to everybody else on the planet. India is a large country, so if they're successful there in rolling it out, they can take it to any other country and probably be successful. All right. Now, here's one for you. Israel, U.S. to hold an air drill simulation striking Iran nuclear program. Wouldn't that be glorious? But looks like we got a little B-1 bomber up and a little F-15 doing some routes there out off to the side. Let's go maybe later on that. What do you think? Yeah, this would be pretty cool. Actually, this was looks like it was taken. That one was October 30th. So, but yeah, this is just more to come. So we'll just pay attention to it. But I'm telling you, somebody's gonna go hot on Iran here pretty soon. They have to. Yeah. So, all right, we'll move on. Netherlands to close up to 3,000 farms to comply with EU rules. They're basically saying they're going to pay or actually buy out their farmers and close down 3,000 farms just so they can control the use of fertilizer, which just blows you away to think about. Think about the amount of food that 3,000 farms produce and the fact that this government is actually going to close them down. You just can't fix stupid, and it just blows you away when you see that kind of thing. So, all right, let's go over to the NOTAMs. Take a look at what's going on here in the U.S. Now, I don't see anything off the top besides the Senior Living Center. I see this one looks to be a Camp David kind of deal, maybe. Not 100%. Looks like December 2nd through the 4th. And let's get in a little closer. Yeah, that looks like that's going to be, it didn't say VIP, but that's a pretty good size box there. That looks to be up near the Camp David side of the house. So Flashbang's probably going there for the weekend. And then we got some Space Ops stuff off of Florida. And you can see a couple little boxes here. November 30th. So that's today. And then that'll go away. A lot of danger boxes here. A whole mess of weather headed up the East Coast. And then all of these other things here, like I said, these are TFRs right here in this area with the little dotted lines. But when they're red, they're going to be a mill op. And when they're orange, they're going to be an exercise. All right. That's kind of what I'm discovering as we've looked at this long enough. So you can see that. Same stuff here off the coast. Little danger boxes. Again, this is for just today till 5 p.m. All right. And it looks like Hano, that may explain why we had so much stuff going on there. And these red boxes here have to do with the volcanic activity going on right there, right now. All right. All right. Let's take a gander out here at Europe. And like I said, it's just one big giant hot mess over there. Lots and lots of boxes, exercises, operations galore. And let's get over here to the left side, and we can see this one just caught my eye because it's out there. Missile, gun, or rocket firing exercise will be conducted November 24th through December 4th. So there you have it. All right. Walk away from that. Let's get into big, start taking a look at what's going on relative to troop movement. Do we have anything new? This looks to be just the small boys. I don't see anything big on there other than Eastern Airlines departing to Sacramento. That's a 767-300. Don't know what to make of that. That's a wide body. Troops, maybe, but I don't know. All right. So we'll continue to watch it. And then this one, actually, somebody tipped their hat to me, and I don't know how I haven't seen this in the past, but they sent me a message and kind of clued me in, and this was actually a shocker because what I found was lots of Omnis, Hawaiian Air. Don't know who Infinity Flight Group is, a little B350, but Omni, we know who they are. That's a troop mover. So it looks like we got a lot of troops rolling out of this place. And that one's headed to Poland. That's a United Airlines to Poland. But this is Topeka Regional Airport. So we'll have to pay close attention to this one and keep it on our, added to our quiver. Again, you get down in here. I don't know who that one is either. These look to be private labels. So. But Omni looks like we got one that's on a scheduled departure for Shannon as well as this one. So that's a 777 and a 67. So moving a lot of troops out of here. Very, very interesting. So you thought it was pretty heavy when it came to moving troops from Biggs. But we didn't even look at this one. So lordy, that's a lot of people. All right. Now over here to what we got here. This is going to be Ramstein. And note we've got an arrival of a camber flight coming in near Cairo. 2 more camber flights, Baltimore and Dover. So we are continuing to just rack and stack troops there in Europe. And then it looks like these are actually going to depart from there, head to Kuwait and to England. So, and then another one headed back towards Egypt. So a lot of camber flight activity going on in Ramstein today. For a Wednesday, it's very busy. All right. And then we'll take a look at Poland. Do we have anything on here? Yes. We got one coming in from Constanta. That's a camber flight. And let's go down the list here. See if I see anything else catch my eye. Got an Atlas Air coming inbound. United Airlines. Look at that. Topeka, Kansas. Right there it is. How did we miss that? Man, amazing. And let's look on departures. I'm not seeing, remember, this is kind of mixed in. You do have commercial aircraft mixed with this. That's what I'm looking for, call signs. United Airlines to Frankfurt. That's probably, I don't know, ain't no telling with that one. So that's probably this flight that came in from Topeka, if I had to guess. Yeah, more than likely. So that's probably some troops moving that direction. And inbound wise, not seeing anything in the same outbound. All right, moving out. Anderson, it's out in Guam. One thing I will say, notice there's not a security TFR around the island anymore. I'm not seeing it. So maybe it'll pop back up, but it's not there currently. So, all right, we got Royal Australian Air Force coming inbound there at C-130. Got a reach, and the reach is going to Saipan. Yeah, all right. So, again, we'll continue to watch that activity. This is going to be Camp Justice. And as always, check this out. These departures, Air Transport International. Folks, this is a prison location, Camp Justice. It's in Diego Garcia. And I have not seen this much activity there in quite some time. And I don't know why. It seems to be running in and out of Singapore daily, like back and forth. So something going on out there. I wish I knew what it was, but we don't. But we'll just watch it. Very active, though, like I said. And then this can be the only camber flight I'm showing. Of course, I don't see it on the map. I just see it taking off out of England, a destination unknown. Omni Air, nothing on the board at the moment. And then nothing up for the Royals either, so that the Brits are not flying right now. And neither are the Ruskies, probably because it is middle of the morning there. So, all right. Now, let's just take a quick look. This is Guantanamo Bay. An interesting dynamic. We talked about this before, but just want to point out, this is coming in from Kingston, Jamaica. And to my knowledge, we don't have any tourism going on there between them and Guantanamo Bay. So this is kind of a strange flight. I haven't been able to figure that one out yet. Wondering if they are not moving some people around, maybe within the immigrant system. I don't know, immigration side of the house. We do know that Guantanamo Bay does have a large immigrant camp there, which I was unaware of until I started piecing together all of the list of camps, and that one popped up. And it wasn't camp for a prison, it was camp for immigration. So, all right. And then here's looking like it rolls out of there and heads to Jacksonville. Okay. All right. So this is one we were watching. Remember, these are the guys that flew in and dropped a team off about 35 minutes south of Trump. They're still there. And so we continue to watch them. But then from there, they went back. Well, at least the plane flew back to D.C. and then it went westbound. And so you can see here in Lauderdale, went home. Then it went to Ardmore, Oklahoma for probably a quick fuel stop, if I had to guess. Bounced to Albuquerque, on to San Francisco, and now it is coming back eastbound. So what they're doing in San Fran, your guess is as good as mine. But the one we want to watch, because I've not seen them go into Lauderdale in a very long time. In fact, I don't ever remember them going to Lauderdale. I've seen them go down to Miami. I've seen them go to Key West, but I've never seen them go to Lauderdale. So we're going to pay close attention to that because, like I said, Trump is just a hop, skip, and a jump north of there. He still has an active TFR there. And so we'll watch it, see what happens. So, all right. Well, listen, that's going to be it for our SITREP today. Remember, I will see you guys again back live Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have all the bugs fixed and the kinks worked out before we get there. But other than that, stay frosty and keep that powder dry. All right, folks, we'll talk soon. God bless. Monkey out. Check out the latest gear and products at monkeyworksus.com.